Being in politics is not something I personally like to do, or not something that I'm into. But what brought you into the whole political world, and like what keeps you revitalized in it? Because I know certain people can get tapped out by it.
Definitely. So I always like to say the only question is if you're an active participant in politics, because everything that you do is political. You know, whether or not this building that we're in got public subsidies when it was built, that's politics. Whether or not your streets are paved or they have potholes, that's politics. When you go to the emergency room, who, you know, how your bill, or do they have to see you? That's you know, that's politics. The bill, I mean, everything. So much of our community is political. So I always like to say, like, the only question is whether or not you're an active participant. Now, you might do what I do, where you're a public servant officially. And so I think when you build community, that is political. So I would say that I do think you're in politics, because I always see you at community events and in community spaces, and you provide a platform. And one of the reasons I like politics is because we get to set the public narrative, but you need the media to do that. And public narrative has a lot to do with what you can get through and what you can't, what you can allocate money to, what you can't, how your community responds to you, how open people are to things. So I think for me, once I started realizing, you know, for example, one of the things I've been doing at school board is that there were employees when I joined. We're the third largest employing institution in the city. We have a budget of over $400 million, but we had employees that were making less than $12 an hour, right? And full-time employees.
What?
Yes, insane. And so one of the things I've been able to do, being one of the 7, is be a part of helping to make sure that we raise our minimum wage for the entire district to $15 an hour. And so that's in place now. Yes. And so for me, what's attractive about politics is power structures exist in our reality, and I do believe in social justice, and I do believe in liberation, and I think that our communities, we're starting to build a lot of social awareness. You can wear your hair how you want. It's more of a right to speak how you want, more social acceptance. I think we're becoming more aware financially, our credit, savings, investments. I think entrepreneurship is on the rise. I think we're starting to become more aware of our health, our physical and mental health. But I think as far as the powers go, political power is one that I think we have a lot more work to do, and we need a lot of that to do some of the things that we want to do. And so as I've been an activist and just moved through the world in St. Louis as a Black woman, I think it's very hard not to see some of these stark contrast differences, and just really I'm at a point now where, you know, I don't want people making decisions for me. I don't want everything to be decided without our community. I don't want to be at the mercy of others. I want to be in a room and be able to say, this needs $4 million, and it gets $4 million.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? I want to be able to say, hey, we should have a town hall and talk to people about